Welcome to the lecture series of Object-Oriented Programming. In this lecture, we will focus on multiple constructors in a single class and copy constructor. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to use multiple constructor in a same class and you will be able to use copy constructors. As we know that there are three types of constructors in C++ programming, such as default constructor, parameterized constructor and copy constructor. You can have a multiple constructors in a single class. Now let us see how the compiler will deal with multiple constructors in a single class. Let us see with the example. Here I have a class as an integer with the two data members m and n. I have two constructors in my class in the public section as integer with the default constructor and integer with parameters referred as a parameterized constructor. So when compiler will found or when the object obj1 will be created in main function, at that time the compiler will understand that this statement uh, is about to calling the default constructor because no parameters has been passed here to the objects, and in that case the main function will evoke the first constructor, that is a default constructor, as parameters are not passed here, and whatever the values that default constructor will assign, that is here the values 0 0 will be assigned to the data members m and n respectively when the object obj1 will be created. And when the compiler will notice that in the main function integer obj2 with the arguments 20 and 50, this statement, at that time compiler will understand that at this point the parameterized constructor should be evoked. So whenever the object obj2 will be created with the parameters with the arguments 20 and 50, those two arguments will be passed to the parameterized constructors. Those two arguments will be passed to a and b, and the value of a will be copied into m and value of b will be copied into n. So when the obj2 object will be created by the main function, when the obj2 object will be created, at that time the parameterized constructor will be evoked and it will initialize the values of m and n, which are the data members of a class integer, as 20 and 50 respectively. So if you observe here although the name of constructors are same, but depending upon the parameters passed to those constructor, compiler will able to understand that whether to evoke the default constructor or to evoke the parameterized constructor. Constructor will able to understand at the time of object creation whether the arguments has been passed or not. So depending upon that, the default constructor or parameterized constructor can be evoked. Please remember that when more than two constructors are defined in a class, we can say that the constructors are overloaded constructor. We have already seen the polymorphism. Polymorphism is more than one form. A single entity with the same name consists of more than one form. Now here the names are same for default constructor and parameterized constructors, which are same as a class, but depending upon this signature, that depending upon the parameters whether the parameters are passed or not, the compiler will understand that which constructor has been invoked at the time of object creation, and that when two constructors with the same name with the different parameters have been evoked in a single class, it is considered as a constructor overloading. Now let us see the copy constructor. A copy constructor is a member function which initializes an object using another object of the same class. That means there will be two objects of the same class, and one object will copy the values of data members of the another object of that respective class. So for that purpose copy constructor will be used. Copy constructor has the following general form. When you have a copy constructor in your program, you have a form as class name, which is the constructor name which is same as class name, in brackets class name and obj. Now here The obj is a reference to an object that is being used to initialize the another object. Please remember that the copy constructor takes a reference as an object of the same class as itself as an argument, and the obj object, the value to that obj values will be copied with the reference to an object. The reference by value, call by value will not work here, but the call by reference will work here to initialize the values of those data members. The copy constructor is used to initialize one object from the another object of the same type. Copy constructor copies an object to return it from the function. Now let us see a simple example. Here I have a class as an integer with two data members m and n. Here I have a parameterized constructor and another one is copy constructor. Now if you observe here, the copy constructor has a reference variable as a I, and whatever the values will be assigned when the object is created to m and n at the time of parameterized constructor, the same values will be copied by the copy constructor with the help of this reference variable. Okay, how to copy? There is a syntax. In the main function we can write the statement as integer i3 in bracket i2, where i2 is one of the object and i3 is the new object which will be created. Now here the values of i2 will be copied into the i3. That means the values of data members will be of that respective object will be copied to the new object. The same statement can be written in the different form. You can write the statement as integer i3 is equal to i2. Now here the values of data members of that object will be copied to the will be given to the data members of the another object. The process of initializing through the copy constructor is known as copy initialization. Let us see a simple example here. Now here I have a class code with the data member as id. I have here a default constructor which is not initializing any value to my id, but here I have a parameterized constructor which is initializing the value through a when the object of that parameterized constructor will be created, when the object of that respective class code will be created. Here this is my copy constructor. Now here my reference variable is x, and through that reference variable the value which is copied from which is passed as an argument to this id will be copied will be given to this id through the copy constructor. Okay, so the value will be same, only the way of assigning the value will be changed. And next, this is my display function which will help me to display the id. Now please observe the main function over here. Here I have a class name and a is the object which is created for a class code. Now when the object a is created, the parameterized constructor has been invoked as the argument 100 is passed to that object. So this 100 will come here and the 100 value will be assigned to the id. Now the value of that object a will be the value of data member of that is the value of id will be 100, which will be evoked by the object a. Now that value of a data member will be copied in the another object, that is a b object. Now this is another object and I want to copy the value of id. Okay, the value of a data member of an object a should be copied to the data member of an object b. So now the how it will be assigned. Now if I write this syntax over here, the value of data member, that is of id, will be copied to the value of data member of an object b, and at this moment the copy constructor will be called. Okay, now through this reference variable the value that is 100 of one object will be copied into the of a data member of that object A will be copied to the data member of an object B. Okay, and when I will write a statement as code C is equal to A, at that moment also the copy constructor will be called. These are the two ways of evoking the copy constructor. Now at this moment also, now the value of data member of object A is 100, and that value of data member of A, that is the value of ID, will be copied in the data member of object C. Okay, and at this moment also this copy constructor will be evoked, and it will assign the value which is the value of a data member of an object A will be passed here to the data member of an object C, that is to the ID again. Okay, so again the here also the value of ID will be 100, here also the value of ID will be 100, and here also the value of ID will be 100. Now one more object is created, that is object D, but here the object is not initialized. Okay, because at this moment the default constructor will be called, and in this default constructor there is no initialization of a ID, which is the data member of which is the private data member of a class code. Now here D will not be assigned any value, but we can and so the copy constructor will not be called, but I can copy means I can have the value of data member of ID, value of data member of an object A can be assigned to by default to the data member of object D, and so the value of the data member of an object D will also be 100. Now please observe this statement, cout statement. To display the value of ID, I will call the display function. Now here a dot display. Now here A is the object which is initially created to initialize the value to the ID. So the value of ID will be 100, and after that that value is copied to the new ID through the copy constructor. Okay, that is x dot ID value will be assigned to ID. So 100 value will be assigned to the object to the member of an object B. Okay, so the value of B will so the ID of B will also be 100. In the same case with C also, the new object is created named as C, and here the value of ID of an object A is copied to the value of to the data member of an object C. So here the value of ID will be copied, and so the ID is 100 for object C, and here the object D is created, but copy constructor has not been invoked because the syntax is different. But here the default constructor will be initialized, and initially there will be no value for D, but when I write a statement as D is equal to A, the value of ID will be copied to the ID of object ID to the ID of the object D. So the ID of D will be 100. Okay, so likewise we will get the values. Please remember that reference variable is used as an argument to the copy constructor. If you observe here, this is the reference variable. Here the reference variable is used to use as an argument to the copy constructor. We cannot have a value as a argument to the copy constructor. So I hope you have understood the copy constructor and the constructor overloading. Thank you. Happy learning.